guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm sharing a little decor craft with this faux DIY rose box. So over the past few years we have seen lots of the preserved rose boxes all over social media and they are pretty expensive. So I thought I would give a whirl at making my own DIY dupe for these roses, but I still wanted to make sure they had that high-end feel and not look super cheap. So I decided to just make my boxes small. These two are from the Dollar Tree. And then I chose to spray paint my boxes. I went ahead with a satin finish and I did white and black. You could just paint these with a regular paint and paintbrush if you wanted, or if you happen to find a box that was already pretty in itself. I just like spray painting because it gives it that really smooth, clean finish. So like I said, I did one black and one white. If I were to make more of these, I think I would go grab some matte or flat spray paint because that matte look is what makes the boxes look more expensive. You still have a little bit more of a sheen than I would have preferred. And I forgot to flip the lid over and paint the black one, so I am just using a black Sharpie marker to color the edges here. Since the lid is gonna go on the bottom, you're not gonna see much of it anyway. So the Dollar Tree has a couple different pieces of this styrofoam. I threw some hot glue down in the bottom, stuck that paper in, did another layer of hot glue, and glued in the styrofoam. So I bought two different sets of faux roses on Amazon. Here is the first set, which is kind of a deep pink ombre sort of a look. And these ones have wire stems. They are made of a foam material and I would say they look pretty authentic. The other set I got were these baby pink ones, which I thought were gonna be more of a coral color. And I also thought those ones came with stems, which they didn't, obviously. So I just trimmed down all the wire stems and started arranging them nicely into the styrofoam. You want to keep them fairly crowded because you don't want to be able to see the styrofoam underneath. And I think that fuller look just looks better. So I definitely preferred using the stem flowers as opposed to the stemless ones because you can pull them back out and rearrange them as needed. I had already glued in the pink ones in the white box and I wasn't exactly happy with how it came out. I didn't like the arrangement and you could see the styrofoam a little bit underneath it. Like I said, the wired ones were much easier to work with. I wasn't happy with those light pink ones and later in the video I do end up redoing the roses. But for now I'm gonna add a few more touches onto the boxes. So this is this like tiny gilded decorator's tape. And then I also have some gold and pink washi tape, which I am going to use to wrap the perimeter of these boxes to give them more of that luxurious feel. So starting with the black one, I just used a ruler and went around the perimeter and made a small pencil mark. This tape is awesome. I've used it for so many different decor projects. It can take anything and just give it a little bit more of a high-end look. I really wasn't sure about the washi tape, but it ended up being okay. Since this one is square, I just kind of eyeballed where the tape went rather than making the marks. And if you're working with the tape, you have to be careful not to pull off any of the paint. So like I said, I was not happy with the rose arrangement in my white box, so I ended up ripping all of those out. I tucked the roses in tighter so I could make sure I cover that styrofoam. I ended up doing 3 rows of 3, and I think this looked much better than it did previously. So as opposed to using the wire roses, I hot glued these directly onto the styrofoam I had shoved into the bottom of the box. As for decorating your boxes, there's so many different things you could do. I decided to just use this piece of scrap ribbon I had on the black one and tie a simple bow. So these ombre roses definitely had color transfer onto my fingers. They do look really beautiful, but if you are gonna work with them, you need to be aware of this. I got dirty fingerprints all over my white box, so I was not happy about that. Basically, only one side of this box has no fingerprints on it, so that is the side that I'm working with. I printed off this little label to glue on the box. I initially was gonna use my Cricut and do a vinyl decal, but the text was just too delicate and tiny to use for that. So I just printed it out on regular paper and cut it out, and I am adhering it with some double-sided tape. All right, and here is a look at how my 2 rose boxes came out. This one definitely was my favorite between the 2. I really love how this looks. I already went back and bought more boxes so I can make some more of these. I think they're a really great gift idea if you're on a DIY kind of a budget. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button down below for more DIY videos, and I'll see you in my next one.